Well, good morning and welcome back to the SpaHive Business Bestie podcast. Good morning, MaryAnn.
Good morning, Julie. Good morning to our listeners. How are you, Julie?
I'm great.
I don't believe it one bit.
I mean, it started off a little bit of a crazy morning because I was going to record the podcast in my car because I forgot my charger, my phone charger, but alas, that didn't work. So I'm back to a stationary space. But the good thing is I got gas, so I'm already gassed up to drive home. Not a personal issue, but it was a car issue because MaryAnn knows I always have to get gas.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Julie, I do like the spin that you took on that. And you found the positive point because today's episode, what are we discussing, Julie? You tell me.
We're talking about gratitude. And, I'm grateful that I have a space to come back to so that I can record the podcast. And I could get a drink. And I was just thinking about a few other things I could do before I go. But anyway, so no, I didn't let the day go sideways and go crazy, even though I was having a terrific morning to begin with. And I'm excited because I am getting a treatment today. So I'm also grateful that I'm getting, one new treatment. I always forget the name.
Okay.
Scalp, hand, and foot ritual.
Is it like a Korean head spa thing or what are we doing?
No, it's like a 5-point star ritual, which is an Ayurvedic ritual
Yeah.
that we learned from our friends at Shankara. And we're really excited. So I'm excited because we, in this particular spa, we trained our estheticians also to do it because they can do head, hand, and foot massage.
Yes.
And so it gives the esthetician something extra to be able to offer other than just facials, because I don't know, unless you're just a facial spa, massage is usually a larger percentage in revenue than facials in most large spas. So we created some services that are massage-like, because if, like us, your massages are always booked up,
Right.
weeks, sometimes months in advance, then you can offer your guests something massage-like.
This is
And
nice. I want to try a head scalp 5-point Ayurvedic treatment. It feels like
and I'm
exact.
having it done by one of the estheticians
Oh,
who is
lovely.
self-proclaiming to give the best scalp massage at the spa.
Well, oh wow. Well,
So
friend,
let's see.
we're gonna see. I need you to report back on that. I mean, I'm sure they're wonderful, but that's a big claim. So let's see.
Let's see. Let's see. So we were going to talk about 3 gratitude rituals that actually grow your business. What does gratitude have to do with the business? I mean, giving thanks before the turkey's done?
I'm sorry. I had some statistics and I
Oh, I'm
have
like,
them.
you wrote this.
No, but that was like a joke.
Well, anyway, giving thanks before the turkey's even done, because gratitude is the gravy that keeps your business juicy.
I love that. Look at us just making all these fall puns. You
I
know, fun
know.
fact, I think gravy is probably the best part of Thanksgiving dinner. I love gravy. I have a sister, well, I have many, but another sister, and she absolutely loves gravy. Like, she needs her own gravy boat at Thanksgiving. It's crazy.
Wow, that's intense. I also think gravy is the best part of Thanksgiving. I will be honest, my least favorite part is the turkey. However, I'll have a little bit of turkey and a lot of stuffing and a lot of mashed potatoes and a lot of gravy,
There you go. I love it.
which is why I need a nap.
Absolutely. Also, that's the second best part of Thanksgiving. First is gravy, second is the nap, third is the shopping that we do afterwards, in that order.
Mm-hmm. Have some statistics.
Yeah, of course I have statistics, Julie. I love facts. So, fun fact is that one act of thoughtful gratitude can produce a 10% increase in happiness.
I believe it.
That is just, my jaw is on the floor. I feel like gratitude is one of those things that really can cost you nothing,
Yeah, right.
but makes the biggest impact in self and business. So we're
I
going
think
to
so.
talk about gratitude for clients, gratitude for your team, and gratitude for yourself.
I think, gratitude isn't just a mindset. I think people think about, I'm going to have this grateful mindset. I'm going to move forward with gratitude. So today with the 3 gratitude rituals, I think that they don't just make you feel good. Um I'm so much better with my notes on my computer. They actually move the needle in your business and they can help you move that needle.
Right. So no matter what business you're in, this is still a super important practice. So,
Mm-hmm.
Julie, what's one of those tried and true things we can do to show our clients that we're grateful without, giving away the whole house here?
Well, I think that a lot of businesses only reach out to customers via email, for example, with your email campaigns to sell them something, not to just offer appreciation. Sending a thank you email. So, sending a pre arrival email letting them know the particulars that they need to know, what time to arrive, all the details, prepping them for if we're talking about a spa, but any business. I went on a haunted ghost walk the other night in Portland. We got a pre-arrival where to park, what to expect, what to bring, what to wear, their social media handles, all the prep so you didn't have any questions. Then afterwards, we got a thank you email. What did you think about your walk? Our business strives, on customer reviews and customer retention. If you'd like to leave a review on one of our, sites, here's whatever, Yelp, TripAdvisor, Google, and even leading up to it, like your ghost walk is 3 days away. They did really well with like prepping you, building anticipation, and then afterwards, thanking you for coming and asking for your feedback. So I think a lot of these things you can automate in your business, right? You can use a software like, MailChimp, for example, that we use that if we have something coming up or if you know that your guests, a lot of the softwares, MindBody, Mevo, SpaSoft links to third-party email systems if they don't have their own. And so prepping them for their arrival, but then thanking them after and not just spamming them with, here's our new product, here's our new service, look at me, but really telling them how grateful you are and how appreciative you are that they've chosen you. And then don't forget milestones, anniversary, birthday. That can be automated in your email system. And then don't underestimate the value of a handwritten note.
I
Check
love
that.
a handwritten note.
I've
Love
been
it.
doing handwritten notes randomly for like team members, just like just randomly. Like this week, I'm going to write a note to whoever, Sarah, Mary, and Sue. And I am going to tell them what I appreciate about them
And
and
I'm
what
going to
they,
tell them that they're fired. No.
but we're talking about gratitude.
No, I know. I'm sure my letter's coming in the mail, so I'll let everyone know when I receive it. I'm just joking, Julie. You're a very grateful person. Yeah, I think, when we talk about gratitude for clients and how it builds business, gratitude correlates the deeper social bonds, giving, and cooperative behavior. I think it also increases your referral rate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is huge, right? So not only, yes, we're spreading goodwill, which is great and makes us all feel 10% happier, but we're trying to move the needle forward, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
referrals, is a lost art. I think in a lot of ways. I think we underestimate referrals, and I think that they're really a huge part. So, gone are the days of like Angie's List, right? But if you
Mm-hmm.
go into any community Facebook group, like my community, we have a Facebook group, right? And people all the time are asking for, does someone have a recommendation for a handyman, a dog walker, a nail artist that might do really cool Halloween designs, right? Because I want to get Halloween nails. And so showing gratitude to your existing clients makes them even more likely to suggest you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because people won't leave businesses that actually get them, that they feel that, they're welcomed, that they get them, that they're appreciated. And then there's a lot of businesses that I work with that don't have to advertise because they have their business built on word of mouth, built on referrals. Because, if you're doing a good job, you're appreciating your clients, you're making them feel seen when they're with you, no matter what you're doing, they're going to spread the word. And I think that, gratitude is a real way to move the needle forward, or a real way to move the needle forward is through your client.
Now, you mentioned it before with your nice little notes you wrote to Mary, Susie, and Q, but let's shift a little bit and talk about gratitude for our team and how it can really reduce your turnover. Have a little statistic, of course. Employees who feel adequately recognized are 56% less likely to look for a new job.
I think we talked about this a little bit on our last podcast, but I believe that gratitude is a retention multiplier. It's a real way to create the culture and create the business that someone wants to work at and wants to grow with. I think one way we can do that is by simply replacing great job, good job, MaryAnn. And, I always will, MaryAnn will send me emails and I'm like, thumbs up, heart emoji. But instead, sometimes saying something like, I really appreciate how you XYZ. Always take the initiative to use my voice, and no one can tell if it's
Okay.
you or me, or I always appreciate your creativity. So instead of just being like, great job, Susie, thanks, have a nice night, it's like, Susie, I really appreciated whatever it is, how you went above and beyond for that second guest who had a nut allergy, and you had to rework the whole service to make sure that none of the products
Had
had
nuts or
any kind of nuts in it. Or, a one that came up recently, flower fragrance allergy. Like, I have no idea what's going to be used on that guest, and it's so generic, right? So,
it's fake.
how is
I'm calling it fake news now.
how is that person going to deal with that?
That's not real. I'm sorry. They need to go live in a bubble or something. I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah. That service is coming up. So
Oh
to
boy,
be
fun.
continued.
So this was a pre as they were booking where they're like, "Hey, so I just want to let you know I'm allergic to air." That's how
Yes.
that was. Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Or the guest, we had a guest, maybe, I don't know when, May, that sent a 3-page document to the resort about everything that she was allergic to and like anaphylactic allergic to. And I have no idea how this person goes outside, but they also did have spa services. And in the end, she wrote a very nice letter appreciating all the extra effort that chefs went to and the spa treatment providers went to. Yeah, so those are some over the top, but you can also have like a surprise appreciation day. Pizza today, or we're planning surprise. No, we're planning a coffee and pastry bar one morning.
delicious.
That
Yeah, I love that.
just set it up.
I feel like pizza parties are like a timeless reward system, right? Like they started when we were probably in kindergarten, and like
Right.
people still to this day are like, yes, the office is
Pizza
ordering pizza. And like,
or
even if you,
donut.
yeah, right? Like, even if you eat one slice, you're just like, wow, Friday was a pizza party day. I love it. I love it. I think the important thing when you are trying to express your gratitude, especially to team members, is to remember it needs to be specific to be dynamic. So, just like you were saying, kind of really outlining why and what they did that really made a big difference. And that goes a long way. Like, the great job, just like you were saying, is awesome. But if you took the time to actually detail it a little bit more, I think it goes further. And, I think you get more bang for your buck that way, right? Like if you're going to take the time to be grateful, to write a little note, to say a little something, then you might as well use it as best as you can, right?
Right, right, exactly. I keep moving my camera. And what's our third gratitude ritual that can actually grow our business?
Third one is one that should not be forgotten, and I think is the first one to be forgotten, but it's gratitude for self, right? So, fun
Yeah.
fact, I've got another statistic. So, not only does gratitude for self make you feel all warm and fuzzy, but it actually helps your health, right? And then that trickles into every aspect of your life. So, a study says practicing gratitude can help you actually lower your heart rate and blood pressure. You have better sleep quality and lower cortisol, which is right, stress.
Uh-huh.
So maybe that's just what I need is I'm on this mission to lower my cortisol. I can't give my kids away, so that's not an option. Maybe I just need to practice more self-gratitude.
Maybe, yeah, just gratitude in general
I'm
all
going to start a
day.
gratitude journal.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, I think it's important to, one of the things I was thinking about practicing gratitude, and I do think that they say gratitude for self is a burnout buster. So build your own gratitude rituals. Like what works for me might not work for you. And so I was thinking, like, each week, write a win list, right? It's easy for us to say, oh, I didn't do that. I really wanted to do this, but I didn't get that accomplished. But having in your gratitude journal or just, your handy dandy planner.
Your 90-day planner.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned our favorite My Next 90 Days planner. Here's mine.
Here's mine.
Maybe, writing 3 things a week that you did well, that you won. And it could be just, as simply as practicing your gratitude every day, or, I like to get outside when I go outside in the morning, even if it's starting to get brisk. I try to practice my gratitude then. Also, maybe a gratitude walk. We all try to get in walks. It doesn't have to be your whole 30-minute walk. You have your gratitude mantra playing on replay in your head. But when you're outside and you're looking at things in a different way and you're like, wow, isn't it beautiful? Look at the leaves changing and the air feels crisp. And I feel so grateful, for the opportunity to get outside even for 10 minutes and take a walk.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, especially in the beginning, when you're trying to start a gratitude ritual or a practice, it can feel a little foreign, right? And it can feel a little fluffy. And I think it's important to try to push through that and really become loyal to your practice. And I think you're going to see the returns.
Mm-hmm.
Something super cool that I've come across, and I think I want to try it, Julie. Maybe we'll do it together. But it is a gratitude app, right? There's an app
Mm-hmm.
for everything. Why not? If you can monetize it, why not? So it's called Gratitude Plus, and you share your gratitude list with your friends. I'm assuming it's not perfect strangers. I don't know. I haven't started it. But it sends your gratitude list to your friends like that day. So not only is it like creating some social connection, right? Which we all need and
Mm-hmm.
crave, but it also is incorporating your gratitude practice. So, like that night, I could type in, oh, I had a really great walk. I was able to get ahead on work, these things. And then it would send it to Julie. And Julie could be like, oh my God, MaryAnn, this is so great.
Or
I
we
love it.
could just have a group chat.
Yeah. So you could do a group chat too, but like, what? I mean, it's an app. So why not?
Yeah, right. As long as it's free.
Oh, I think there's in app purchases.
Well, it's funny that you say that because, we need to think about like gratitude isn't fluffy. It's fuel, and it helps feed you feel better, and it is sometimes like, I'm not going to be unrealistic. Like, there's days I'm like, I'm not grateful for anything. Like, yeah, it's raining, or even if it's beautiful and sunny, I'm doom scrolling on my phone and I'm just like, I don't even think about it, right? I don't even think about the things that make me feel good and that make me feel better. And so you need those times to like kick yourself in your butt and be like, what am I doing? And I feel like if you have this gratitude practice each day, you have fewer of those days. And then you go into work feeling grateful, being able to appreciate your staff, being able to appreciate that client that comes once a month and every single time she comes, she complains. You have that dog walking client that
Right.
is just a terror and you're like, but I love their dog so much, but gosh, can she just not be home when I pick up the dog? That it just is like it is a gratitude sucker or an energy sucker, but we've got to be stronger than that. So I think if you practice, like with anything else, we get better and we get stronger. And we would love to hear your results when you practice more gratitude this month. What you did this month for your clients, what you did for your team, but even more importantly, what are you doing for yourself?
Julie, I think you really hit the nail on the head. I think let's all try to be more grateful. Let's start this practice before Thanksgiving, before the turkey cooks. And to get you started, we are going to put some grateful appreciation prompts in our show notes because, sometimes trying to write out little grateful notes for your staff can feel funny. It can feel a little phony. So we're gonna give you some prompts. You can use them for your staff. You could use them for your friends. You could use them for your spouse, whoever it might be. And those will be in our show notes. Easy download, and to just get us started on this path of gratefulness.
I love it. I
Let's
love
do
it
it.
so much. Well, as always, we are grateful that you took the time to spend with us today. We're grateful that you listen each week because, as you know, this is a growing podcast. So you never know what we're going to talk about, what we're going to do, where we're going to be recording. And so we're grateful that you stick it out, and we hope that you enjoy it. And we're here to offer insights for you to have a better business and a better life. And MaryAnn, I am grateful for you for being my business bestie.
Julie, right back at you. Listeners, have a wonderful day. And Julie, go out and slay.
See you next time. If I've piqued your interest, even just a little bit, about the SpaHive, good news. You can learn more over at our free Facebook community. That's right. Head on over to Facebook, search SpaHive Professional Community, and join me, my SpaHive board, and over 400 other spa, hospitality, and wellness professionals there. The community is always free, chocked full of tips, tricks, and educational content to serve you. Look forward to seeing you there.